Hello, students. Welcome to the first week of this very interesting 12 weeks journey of this course. I am Professor Sheba Hamid, and along with my co-teacher, Dr. Mohammad Saim Khan, both from Aligarh Muslim University, we will take you on a discovery trip to fathom the depths of a very significant field of study and industry, that is business tourism. Corporate travel, which is an important part of international tourism, is expected to reach a global market value of $2 trillion by 2028, or nearly 3 times its 2020 levels. This is not surprising given the extraordinary return on investment of business travel. For every $1 that a company spends on travel arrangements, they get back $12.5 in revenue. For every $1 that a company spends on travel arrangements, they get back $12.5 in revenue. So, this sets the ball rolling in motion to establish the importance and significance of business tourism as a field of study for almost everyone. We need to understand what is business tourism exactly, what makes it so important. This week's discussion encompasses 3 key topics related to business tourism, that is, definition, nature, and types of business tourism, structure of business tourism, and demand and supply of business tourism. So, in the first week, through 8 videos, we will be discussing about the concept, significance, and importance of business tourism. Before jumping to the concept of business tourism, it is necessary to have a glimpse of what is tourism. Although it is a very familiar term nowadays. Tourism may be defined as the sum of the phenomena and relationships arising from the interaction of tourists, business suppliers, host governments, and host communities in the process of attracting and hosting these tourists and other visitors. Tourism is a composite of activities, services, and industries that deliver a travel experience. Transportations, accommodations, eating and drinking establishments, shops, entertainment, activity facilities, and other hospitality services available for individuals or groups that are traveling away from home. It encompasses all providers of visitor and visitor-related services. Tourism in the industry of travel, hotels, transportations, and all other components, including promotion that serves the needs and wants of travelers. Finally, tourism is the sum total of tourist expenditures within the border of a nation, or a political subdivision, or a transportation-centered economic area or nations. This economic concept also considers the income multiplier of these tourist expenditures. One has only to consider the multidimensional aspects of tourism and its interactions with other activities to understand why it is difficult to come up with a meaningful definition that will be universally accepted. Each of the many definitions that have arisen is aimed at fitting a special situation and solving an immediate problem, and the lack of uniform definitions has hampered study of tourism as a discipline. Development of a field depends on various factors such as uniform definitions, description, analysis, prediction, and control. Modern tourism is a discipline that has not only recently attracted the attention of scholars from many fields. The majority of studies have been conducted for special purposes and have used narrow operational definitions to suit particular needs of researchers or government officials. These studies have not encompassed a systems approach. Consequently, many definitions of tourism and the tourist are based on distance traveled, the length of time spent, and the purposes of the trip. This makes it difficult to gather statistical information that scholars can use to develop a database, describe the tourism phenomena, and do analysis. The problem is not trivial. It has been tackled by a number of august bodies over the years, including the League of Nations, the United Nations, the World Tourism Organization, now known as UN Tourism, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, the National Tourism Resources Review Commission, and the US Senate's National Tourism Policy Study. The following review of various definitions illustrates the problems of arriving at a consensus. We examine the concept of the movement of the people and the terminology and definitions applied by the UN tourism and those of the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia. Later, a comprehensive classification of travelers is provided that endeavors to reflect a consensus of current thought and practice. UN tourism, which was formerly known as World Tourism Organization until 2023. The International Conference on Travel and Tourism Statistics, convened by the World Tourism Organization in Ottawa, Canada in 1991, reviewed, updated, and expanded on the work of earlier international groups. The Ottawa Conference made some fundamental recommendations on definitions of tourism, travelers, and tourists. The United Nations Statistical Commission adopted WTO's recommendations on tourism statistics on March 4, 1993. WTO has taken the concept of tourism beyond a stereotypical image of holiday making. The officially accepted definition is: tourism comprises the activities of persons traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure, business, and other purposes. The term usual environment is intended to exclude trips within the area of usual residence and frequent and regular trips between the domicile and the workplace and the community trips of a routine character. Main characteristics of tourism identified from the definition. Number one, tourism arises from a movement of people and their stay in various destinations. Number two, there are two elements in all tourism. That is, the journey to the destination and the stay, including activities at the destination. Number three, the journey and the stay take place outside the usual place of residence and work, so that tourism gives rise to activities which are distinct from those of the resident and the working population of the places, through which the tourist travels and in which they stay. Number four, the movement to destinations is of temporary, short-term character with the intention of returning to the usual environment within a few days, weeks, or months. Number five, destinations are visited for purposes other than taking up permanent residence or employment remunerated from within the places visited. Business tourism. Business tourism simply means traveling for business purposes, domestically or internationally. It's one of the main types of tourism and a major contributor to global economic growth and knowledge exchange. Business tourism implies not only the professional journey of an industrialist or executive, but also all other journeys related to fairs and exhibitions or of technical achievements which awaken or rather generate interest among people who have nothing in common with the profession in question. The inclusion of business journey into tourism is also due to the fact that businessmen behave not only as consumers but often during their free time as real tourists by profiting from the attractions offered by the country. The terms business travel and business tourism are often used almost interchangeably. But the authors feel that there is a qualitative difference between them. Business tourism is the broader term which encompasses all aspects of the experience of the business traveler. Furthermore, using the standard interpretation of the term tourism or tourist, this term seems to focus on those business people who are true tourists. In other words, those who stay away from home for at least one night. Business travel, on the other hand, seems to focus particularly on the movement of business travelers from place A to place B. It also seems to include those who make day trips for business purposes and are therefore not true tourists in the conventional meaning of the term. Employees and executives travel for a number of reasons. For example, to participate in internal meetings at different office locations, to meet business partners, clients, or suppliers, to go to conferences, exhibitions, trade shows, and other local or international business events, to take part in company retreats or incentive trips. In all these instances, business tourism enables you to open new channels of communication, exchange information in a more efficient way, and work better with others. Why is business tourism important? So, what makes business tourism so important even in the digital age? The answer is simple. Nothing beats face to face communication when it comes to connecting with others and building trust. And we all know how important trust is in developing strong business partnerships. Sharing the same physical space enables people to connect in a more direct and immediate way than when using Zoom and Google Meet. This, in turn, helps them to better understand common goals, needs, and challenges, work together more efficiently, and easily share knowledge and ideas. Also, achieve important breakthroughs and solve problems faster. Importance of business travel. Living in an era where technology has taken us to new levels of communication, some people question their need for business travel at all. Video conferencing and Skype are fantastic ways to communicate when remote working. But when it comes to business crunching, nothing quite beats real life human interaction. There are four keys to think about when it comes to the importance of business travel. Putting a face to a name. Face to face meetings are important when it comes to closing business deals and making important decisions. Previous research carried out by Oxford Economics has found that the rate of converting prospects to actual customers nearly doubles when a face to face meeting is added. Understandably, companies won't sign any contract without a face to face meeting between company leaders. Why would they? Opportunity. When you are out of the office for business, you have the freedom to meet and interact with people you wouldn't have from your computer screen. It's easy to strike up a conversation with someone you have no direct relationship with at all. It happens in everyday life. When you're meeting someone physically, whether it's on a station platform, someone in front of you in a queue, or you're introduced by a mutual friend, you could find there are synergies between your industries or businesses. By stepping out of the office environment, you instantly broaden your options and uncover multiple avenues of opportunity. And as they say, between what is said and what is understood, most of the love is lost. So, human interaction is necessary to understand better, to convey exactly what needs to be conveyed. One of the main reasons why business travel is important is the personal interaction that builds good foundations for a future or existing relationship. This can also reduce miscommunication and encourage almost a sense of unity. Written communication on tricky subjects can often be read differently to the way it was intended. Having a physical meeting around the same subject is so much more beneficial in understanding each other's communication skills. Leadership. Two key players of leadership are the ability to inspire others to have assurance in you and your company, and to encourage others even if you lack authority. To enable this, you need to be visible to both with colleagues and with your clients. Taking the time out to travel and meet with people in person can help them see you are invested in their success. Technology. Technology is good for several reasons, and without it, we probably wouldn't have business to travel for. It is, however, important to understand that technology is not a substitute for standing in front of your customers. Business travel is still the best way to result in great relationships and working towards new business opportunities. How has business tourism evolved over the years? Business tourism has been around for a while. After all, international trade trips in the past were also a form of business tourism. Fast forward to the 21st century, and for a long time, business trips were booked by working with a traditional brick and mortar travel agency or contacting the airline company directly. In more recent years, online bookings and specialized travel agencies have simplified corporate travel significantly. That said, many companies find managing business travel an overwhelming task, especially when they're using multiple websites to search for the best deals, having to book each element of the trip with different providers, and trying to keep track of multiple invoices and payments. So, with tourism, business tourism has automatically evolved digitally. We will continue in the next part now.